Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. And Crystal, can you hear and see me okay? And if you're in the chat, please leave a comment so I know that you're here. Can you see and hear me okay, Crystal? And let me know how your day's been going. Okay, so everything's good. Great. I was hoping there wouldn't be any lagging today. Your day's going. Yeah, so is mine. After I finish with this live, I plan to put my giveaway to uploading, and then I'll start working on my temperature blanket. But that's about all that I have planned. I'll probably put on probably Lifetime movie, or I might watch Rookie Blues because I discovered that Roku has it now for free. Okay. It looks like someone else just entered. As you enter the chat, please let me know that you're here by leaving a comment. Let me know where you're from and what project you're currently working on. And I'm going to wait for a few more people to show up before I really get started. Oh, and Crystal has a pattern giveaway going on, and that ends tomorrow. So go check out her giveaway. Go ahead and drop your link, Crystal, so that way people can check your channel out. And as you're entering, please make sure to leave a comment so I know you're here. Hi, Janice. How are you doing today? So you're from Pennsylvania and you're working on a stash blanket. Oh, I bet you that blanket's going to be beautiful. And Rebecca is here. Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing today? And I can't recall where you said you're from. And what are you currently working on? And let's see. Okay. Hi, Kay. How are you doing today? And Kay's from Alabama, and she's still working on her poncho. And I can't wait till you finish your poncho, because I bet you that's going to be so gorgeous. And to me, ponchos are just so beautiful. Okay, Rebecca's from South Carolina, and she's working on a mile a minute blanket. Oh, and I bet you that's going to be beautiful too. And I'm not familiar with what a mile a minute blanket is. Can you let us know? And I don't know if y'all heard me earlier. Oh, hey, Granny D, how are you doing today? Um, I'm trying to remember where it is that you're from. I can't remember offhand. But let us know where you're from and what are you currently working on. But I had mentioned when I first went, first part of going live, that I do have a giveaway that I will be uploading as soon as I finish with the live today. So after I get off from here, it'll probably take about 2 or 3 hours before it's uploaded. But this is going to be a game giveaway. It's going to be different, and I really think y'all will enjoy it. And let's see. Rebecca is doing the Jada and Stitches. And Kay's not feeling too good today. Allergies got me feeling blah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you start feeling better, but I totally can relate to allergies because I know, like, here it's been rainy and my allergies are acting up more, especially early in the morning. And any content creators, if you want your channel link dropped, just type CC in the comments and Crystal will drop your channel for you. There was something else I was going to mention and now I forgot what I was going to say. But I guess we'll get started on our first question and hopefully I remember what I was wanting to tell y'all. Okay, so what is the strangest gift or the funniest gift that you have ever received? Me, one year, my brother gave me a roll of toilet paper for Christmas as a practical joke. But I would say that would probably be the funniest or strangest. I can't really think of anything else that I've received that's really been odd. And let's see. Kay says her throat is itchy and hurting and her eyes itch. Yeah, sinuses can be, oh. And let's see, Granny D, she's presently at her daughter's house in Concord, North Carolina. She lives 30 minutes away in Faith, North Carolina. Oh, hi, Lori. How are you doing today? And Lori is from Florida. And Lori, what are you currently working on? And she says a dead goldfish on Christmas morning. Oh no, that's horrible. And Granny D says, well, recently in a box of no. I'm not following what you mean, Granny D. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's never good to find a dead pet. Let's see. Oh, oops. Janice said a cane. I'm sorry, I had overlooked your comment. Um, so Lori is working on a knitted hat. Well, she just finished it. And actually, Lori was one of my testers for my first knitted hat pattern that I designed. And she just completed it and she showed me the pictures of it today. And it came out awesome. And well, that hat, I think I have two more left that I need to hear from. And then my crochet hat, I have one more tester. So hopefully the crochet hat I can get uploaded to Ravelry soon. And Granny D says, in a box of bingo winnings was a toy arm off a child's doll in with the yarn. Ah, yikes. Let's see. Janice would love to test knit. Okay, let me write your name down because the next time I design a pattern, I'm going to keep you in mind. Because for this hat, I already have enough testers, so, but I plan to keep trying to design, so I will be needing new testers. And Crystal saying that Lori's hat came out cute. I had showed Crystal the pictures of the hat earlier. And Lori says it was her first and she really enjoyed it. So was that your first time knitting a hat in general or just that style of hat? And Granny D says, sorry, can't type well with these fake nails. Misplaced my stylus. Yeah, it is hard to type with fake nails. Kay says she has naturally curly hair, and for one Christmas, she was given a curling iron. That's funny. Funny thing is, I wish I had the curly hair because I curled my hair earlier today. And in the giveaway video, you can see that it's already starting to fall, but you can see that it has more curl than it does now. But it's so humid right now because it's been raining off and on a lot, so my hair won't really do much of anything right now. Hi, Deanna. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on, Deanna? And I'm going to go ahead and ask my next question. And oh, I forgot to ask y'all, does anyone have any questions that y'all would like to ask me? If you do at any time, feel free to ask in the chat. Okay, so I want to know what your favorite type of exercise is. Well, lately I haven't been exercising because ever since my back started acting up, I haven't. But when I do exercise, I really like aerobics and I really love step aerobics. That has always been my favorite form of exercise. And at one point, I was working on getting certified to teach aerobics at the YMCA. But like I had gotten my first certification, and when they did the next certification I needed, I was sick with the flu, so I wasn't able to. And then not that long later, it's like we had a hurricane and the gym got damaged, and they had to do repairs, and I ended up meeting Frank and all, and then I ended up moving to Eunice. So I never completed getting certified for teaching aerobics. But I mean, like, I love step. I love the different combinations. I also like riding a bike. But those are my main types that I like. And I do like kickboxing, but where I'm originally from, there was this aerobics instructor at a gym I used to go to, and she was awesome. And like she was really the only instructor that I like doing kickboxing really with. And because it's like she always made it feel like tough, like you were being tough and not so dancy. But I really, that was my favorite class that I did with, took with aerobics. And now, when it comes to aerobics, uh, now whenever I do exercise, I really like to watch Angie Fitness on YouTube. She has a lot of really good exercise videos, and she does like all sorts of different styles. And she does like walking videos. She has like 10-15 minute videos. So she has a wide range, and in case y'all are interested in a free way to exercise. Okay, let me go back on the comments. Kay says humidity makes her curls frizz, and with me, it makes my hair fall. And Deanna is working on an amigurumi bear, and I'd like to see your bear when you're finished with it. And Rebecca says crocheting. Lori says shopping. Oh yeah, shopping is always fun. And Deanna says walking. A friend and I used to walk up to 3 to 4 miles a day. And Kay says she doesn't exercise, but she likes taking walks. And let's see. Lori says that she was going to say the same as Rebecca. And Jana says she likes yoga. Granny D is trying to focus on a baby blanket, but love to make knitted triangle shawls and crocheting rectangular wraps. Exercise, what's that? Too bad knitting and crochet doesn't count as exercise, though. And let's see. Granny D says she'll go with the answer yarn shopping. Hey, you're getting walking in. And Trisha's here. Hi, Trisha. How are you doing today? Um, Trisha is from North Carolina. And what are you currently working on? Crystal says she doesn't exercise but used to do Tai Chi. I think that's the same one Frank used to do. Let's see. Granny D is in Central North Carolina. Deanna wants to know, does chasing after grandkids count? That she does a lot of that. And I'm going to move on to the next question. Let's see. What is your favorite movie soundtrack? And I would have to say Grease. Somehow John Travolta keeps coming up on my lives, but he's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite soundtracks, and also Dirty Dancing soundtrack. And I'm sure there's others, but I just can't think of them offhand. And also any content creators, if you want your channel link dropped, put CC in the comments, and Crystal will drop it for you. And let's see. Crystal says it's calming and relaxing. And Trisha is still working on a granny square blanket with all my leftover baby yarn. As far as fitness, I try to walk every day. And Trisha says the Star Wars soundtrack. Hi, Evita. How are you doing today? What project are you currently working on? And Granny D says, of course, tending brands is definitely exercise, and really, it can be. Deanna says Footloose is one. Yeah, that's another good one, especially the actual song Footloose. That's a really good, a really fun song. Hey, Froggy, how are you doing today? Where are you from, Froggy? And what are you currently working on? I know you're testing my knitted hat. Froggy is one of my testers. But are you working on anything else right now? Janice says she chases the grandkids too, and that she loves Dirty Dancing too. That movie really had a lot of good songs and fun music. And I love that the dance they did at the end with The Time of My Life. And Crystal says her favorite soundtrack was Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street, the one with Johnny Depp. I don't think I heard of that one, but I used to love me some Johnny Depp in 21 Jump Street back in the day. Y'all remember that TV show? And Granny D says, Meet Joe Black is my favorite soundtrack. Lovely, haunting melodies. So I'm not familiar with that soundtrack. Let's see. Okay, Froggy lives in southwestern Virginia in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Ooh, the mountains. That must be gorgeous. And Granny D has to go. Bye, Granny. I hope you have a good day. Don't get into any trouble. And Froggy is working on a test knit, a California King Afghan. Ooh, that sounds nice. And a tutorial for her channel. And I always love seeing everyone's blankets. And blankets you can do so much with. Grady D says someone's at the door. Crystal, can you drop Froggy's link? Deanna wants her link up. She wants to go check out her channel. Okay. And one thing I am curious about, have any of y'all knitted socks before? And since I started talking about socks, have any of y'all started getting on a kick where you knitted a pair of socks, or are you trying to do your first pair like me? Let me know. And let's see, I think I'm caught up on all the comments. And also, oh, Jana says she knits socks. And I'm really enjoying knitting my first pair. Um, it's kind of scary at first, and when I very first attempted, because at first I tried to do it completely on double pointed needles, and I couldn't get it. It was just too flimsy, and I couldn't keep all my stitches in the same direction or the needles how they're supposed to go. So then I went to the 9-inch circular, which is way easier. And now the only issue I had was it's my first time using number one weighted yarn, and the first, especially the first row and even the couple of rows after that, those were difficult. And but after you get through the first couple of rows, it's not bad. And let's see, Froggy has knitted over 50 pairs. Wow. I would love to see some pictures of all the socks you've knitted, Froggy. And Trisha says, I have to make more socks, but I knit them 2 at a time, toe up. And I have been curious, about how you do 2 at a time. But right now I'm doing one at a time. So hopefully down the road I'll learn how to do 2 at a time. And Trisha says she has second sock syndrome, so she has to do 2 at a time. A lot of people say doing 2 at a time is a lot easier, but like I said, I'm new to it, so I'm doing it the way the tutorial is showing me. That for the crazy sock lady. And my next question for y'all is: are you an introvert or an extrovert? And I am an introvert. I can be very shy, and like I have a hard time talking in public. Um, like when it comes to getting to know somebody new, I struggle making conversation with them. Usually people have to initiate talking to me. And like I don't know, I just tend to be very shy. But now once you get to know me, then I can be a chatterbox. Let's see. Trisha says that she started only did one at a time with the socks. And Kay says she's an introvert. Gail is more of an introvert. Hi, Gail. How are you doing today? Have you started any new projects yet, or are you still working on the same thing? Crystal says introvert. It sounds like we're all introverts. And Deanna says, I have searched for people who sell their socks, but I guess most keep them. I ordered 3 pair once, but when they came, they were thick wool slipper, like can't put shoes on. I mean, the only place that I can really think where you might be able to find them would either be Etsy or eBay. But, but I mean, I've never really searched for hand knitted socks, so I'm really not sure. Um, but let's see. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people also tend to make stuff they gift it too. So, and Froggy says she guesses that since she has a channel that she's an extrovert. Lori is a chatty patty, and Jana says she's more of that she's more extra. I'm getting tongue tied. Extroverted. see. It looks like I'm caught up on the chat. And I feel like there were things that I wanted to mention to y'all, and it's like, I can't remember what it was. But I'm going to go ahead and ask y'all the next question. What's the best thing that you've bought off of Amazon? Me, I have the air fryer. That's one of my favorite things that I've gotten off of Amazon. And my Instapot. Like, I like playing around with cooking, and I'm always playing around with different recipes. Um, Also, my set of Knit Picks knitting needles, my interchangeable circulars. But those are my favorite things I've ordered off of them. Let's see. Gail is still doing the Afghan, but she has completed a few blankets. I would like to knit a pair of socks soon. Ooh, so I'm being I'm influencing you, huh? And okay, that's Nightbot. Yeah, I am always curious, like things that like I start doing, how many others decide to start doing it too. And Crystal says my nitpick ball winder. Yeah, and that's one thing that I do need to order me one eventually, because I've been when I wind yarn, I'm doing it by hand. Deanna says her Centro. What is that? I've never heard of that. And Froggy says best thing that I bought recently is the two crafts court. Ooh, that sounds nice. Now, one thing that like I want to try to learn coming up. Now, it may not be till next year, but I've gotten interested in the Taniscan crochet, and I've seen a lot of people doing it, and I'm getting curious about it. But I need to get the needle still for that. But I like doing different things. I like diving into stuff and learning. And Kay says she tries to stay off Amazon. Yeah, it's easy to spend too much money off of Amazon. And Gail says she has done Irish knits but never made socks. So, what is Irish knits? I'm not familiar with that. And Trisha says Sorbus foldable organizer bags. I use them for yarn storage. I can see what is in them and they are not heavy. Well, that is a good idea for storage. And Deanna says knitting machine. Oh, so you have one of those machines like the Aldi's to knit with? Crystal says she orders off of eBay mostly. And I order off of eBay sometimes too. Like like right now I don't have Amazon Prime. So usually if I didn't if I'm going to order something that it's not enough to get free shipping, I go look on eBay to see if they have the same item at about the same price and then order it off of eBay. And Gail says she's currently in a and Crystal says Centro is a knitting machine. Oh, okay, I gotcha. And Lori says that I'll love it. Tunisian crochet is fun and easy to learn. And yeah, and it basically looks kind of like knitting, like the circular knitting needles, but you have crochet hooks at the end. And like one thing I learned my lesson when it came to getting circulars for knitting, because initially I got the cheapest set that I could find, which was the biggest mistake because you need quality for circulars. You really do. Because like mine started popping on me. But then I invested in the knit picks and I love them. And Trisha has visited Alaska. And Deanna says Centro is an off brand for like the Aldi. And Trisha says all her bonuses for work are Amazon gift cards, so I use Amazon a lot. Oh, that's nice. And it's always nice, like when you work somewhere where they do those little extras like that. And Gail says Irish knits generally have such stitches as cable and honeycomb. And I love the cables, doing cables and knitting. That's one of my favorite things to do. And eventually I do want to do some tutorials on that to show y'all how to do it. Now the honeycomb stitch I haven't actually done yet, but eventually I'll do a project with it. And Crystal says Tunisian is a mix of crocheting and knitting together. Oh, hey, Bernie. How are you doing today? Bernie, Bernadette, she is my cat supplier. Both of my kitties kind of came from her. It was her, like one, Sophie came from her son, and Allie came from, I think, wasn't it your foster daughter? But yeah, she's my cat supplier. And she used to live in the same town as me, but now she moved away to Pennsylvania, and I miss her. So are you crocheting anything currently, Bernie? And my next question for y'all is, how do you like your pizza? And like I tend to prefer like the pan. I don't like thin crust, and I'm really not big on like deep dish. So I like that in between. Um, and usually, like I like pretty much any topping on a pizza. I don't do anchovies, and I don't like pineapple. But I think everything else I like. Now ham is one of my favorite toppings. Or I also like barbecue chicken pizza. That's really good. Um, and in the town I used to live in, there was this pizza place that made a jambalaya pizza. And that pizza was the best pizza I've ever had. Oh, I love that pizza. And actually, I found a recipe that's kind of similar. That's a jambalaya pizza that I make sometimes. And let's see. Bernie says she's tired and she misses me. Aww. And she says, tell the fur babies hello. They say hi to their Aunt Bernie. And Kay says she likes pepperoni only. Lori likes pan pizza. And Bernie's not working on anything. She prefers thick pan pizza. And she eats any topping but anchovies. And Crystal likes pan pizza, pepperoni, jalapeno, and black olives. Trisha likes thin crust. And she prefers a margarita pizza. I'm not sure if I'm saying that quite right. Just sauce and mozzarella cheese with basil. And Janice loves a white pizza. Oh, and that reminds me, there was one time I made a pizza that it was like a chicken Alfredo pizza. And that was really good. I think it came from one of Maureen Cox's cookbooks. She has a lot of really good recipes, and I love different recipes. But with cookbooks, my favorite two is Maureen Cock and Hungry Girl. I use a lot of their recipes. And let's see, I'm caught up on the comments. And another thing I'm curious about, what are your favorite things to crochet or knit? And most of y'all probably know my answers, which shawls is my favorite. Hats is my next favorite. I also like making headbands, and I really like doing like the cable headbands. Um, let's see, scrunchies. I was on a kick with scrunchies a while back. I also like making blankets, but I really haven't done much with making blankets. I knitted a baby blanket for a friend, and I made my temperature blanket last year, and I'm currently working on a temperature blanket this year, and my ocean sea turtle blanket is what I'm currently working on. And Bernie says Terry says hello, which Terry is her husband, and even he is happy to hear from me. Oh, tell him I said hello, and tell him that his fur needs to say meow. Deanna says she likes chicken garlic pizza. Oh, garlic's good on everything. Veggies, veggie pizza. Pineapple does not belong on any of my pizza. Laughing out loud. No anchovies either. Yeah, I don't know of anyone that actually likes anchovies on a pizza. I've never heard someone say I like anchovies. Now pineapple, a lot of people like the pineapple with ham, but like I said in a previous live, I'm really not big on pineapple. Like, I'll use like pineapple juice in cooking, or if I use pineapple in a dish, I like the crush. I don't like the chunks. And let's see, Bernie says she absolutely loves my shawls. Oh, thank you, Bernie. And she loves creating tote bags and blankets. And Deanna likes making hats and blankets. Crystal likes to crochet shawls. Trisha likes to make blankets, hats, vests, and sweaters. And other than making a dog sweater, I've never made a sweater yet, or like vest. Gail says she loves crocheting for children. She's done several different Afghans in various sizes. Janice likes blankets, hats, socks, and cows. I like using novelty yarns. And when it comes to novelty yarns, like I have some, and I really need to learn like how to use them, because I would like to start putting them on some of my projects. So Terry laughed. And Trisha likes anchovies. And you're the first person that I've heard of that likes them. So like what do they really taste like? I'm curious. But I actually will eat sardines, and most people won't touch sardines. But I only like the ones in mustard sauce. Even though I really don't like mustard. And it's funny how we have like certain food quirks. Let's see. So Bernie crocheted several dresses for Estelle when she was young, and Estelle is her daughter, and she's made some dresses for the granddaughters. That sounds nice. And I've never made anything like dresses. And like one thing that like I'm kind of curious about, like I'll see people like on in the Facebook groups where they crochet like dresses or tops, and I know like crochet tends to be holy. So like I always wonder, it's like, do they put some type of lining underneath it? Because I'm like, that's holy. I'd be scared that I'd be exposing something if there's no lining. And Crystal says, when it comes to novelty yarns, I use them with another yarn. Okay. Yeah, because Crystal had given me a bunch of novelty yarn in one of the giveaways I won. And the only time I kind of did something with a novelty yarn was whenever I made my Grinch scarf. I think it was a Grinch leg scarf. So I made two different scarves to do with the Grinch, but I had kind of used a little, but I don't even know if I really used it quite right. And Trisha says that anchovies are just salty, that she likes sardines as well, but she has not had them in a while. Yeah, me either. So I'm really not supposed to have salty foods. because I'm not supposed to eat over 2,000 milligrams of sodium a day. And I really, I really need to get back on track good with that because I haven't been watching my sodium like I really should be. Gail likes to crochet dresses also. And Bag O'Day makes a lot of pretty dresses too for her little girl. And Crystal has never ate anchovies or sardines, but she loves fried catfish. Oh yeah, fried fish can be good. And I've had fried fish quite a bit, especially being from the South. Bernie loves sardines, but she's too chicken to try anchovies. Go figure. And Trisha says novelty yarn can be a pain to work with. Okay, and I'm caught up with the comments, so I'll ask the next question. What are some of your favorite things to cook? Well, I like to experiment a lot with cooking. And like I like making muffins. Let's see, muffins. I'm trying to think of some of the breakfast things that I used to make, but that's the main one that's popping in my head. Oh, pancakes. I like to experiment with different fruit when it comes to making pancakes. Um, Spaghetti, chili, tacos, hamburgers, pizza. Let's see. Really, there's so much I like to cook. I like to take vegetables and either air fry them, like French fries, or bake or make them into baked fries. That's one thing I like doing. Butternut squash fries are good, and also beet chips. That's really good. And like I know some people like are skittish about beets, and I'm the same way. But like eating them as beet chips is really good. Um, but yeah, I like to experiment with different recipes. And let's see. Kay says her favorite thing to crochet is, I guess you mean hats. I think you have a typo. And her favorite thing to cook is tacos. And actually, we're going to be making tacos later after I get done with my live too. And Birdie's saying her weight, which I'm not going to say anyone's weight out loud because I know I'm sensitive about my weight. And she loves to cook. She loves experimenting, especially with casseroles. Yes, casseroles are another fun thing to make. Cabbage casserole. And I know for like the holidays, I like making cornbread. Um, or what do you call it? Is it cornbread casserole? Yeah, I think that's what you call it. Um, I'm getting forgetful, but casseroles are always fun to experiment with. And Crystal likes to smash up blueberries and mix it in the pancake batter. Yes. And then like strawberries is another one, but I don't find strawberries come out as good. Um, Blackberries and waffles are really good. And like I don't know if y'all have ever done where you take like either sweet potatoes or like potatoes and you put them in a waffle maker. That's really good. Yes, I'm a little foodie. I like playing with cooking. Let's see. Deanna wanted to try knit crates and just got a 90% alpaca, 10% tinsel, and I don't know what to make. Any ideas? It's Iran weight, 300 total yarns. See, I'm not as good when it comes to like, especially like the thin yarns, what all to make with them, because my first time doing anything with a lightweighted yarn is the socks I'm working on. Um, and I don't, like I don't have that many of the sock sock type yarn, and the all fancy, pretty dyed, hand dyed yarns, but I think they're gorgeous. But maybe some other people in the chat have some ideas. So I know, like that light green yarn with like kind of like the gold flecks that I had won in Barbara's giveaway from Crochet Delight. That's one that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with. Because I would like to do something other than socks with it, but I'm really not sure what all I can really do with it. But I may end up still making socks with it. I never really know a lot of times until I'm ready to start a project. Let's see. Trisha doesn't really like to cook, but she does since it's healthier. And she likes a good roast lamb. Ooh, that sounds good. And a good roast would be good. And that's something that like I haven't cooked in a while is roast. Oh no, I may have to get a roast soon and put it in the Instapot. And so Kay said it was a typo that it was hats. Okay. And Deanna says she's the same way. And when her kids visit, they prefer Mexican dishes. Oh, and Mexican's good. Like chimichangas are good. I'm not as big on burritos because they usually put beans in burritos. But I'm trying to think of some other Mexican items. And I used to work at a Mexican restaurant. So, but the main things is the enchiladas, which I like enchiladas, but I'm not as big on the corn tortillas. But they are actually low in sodium. Where if you get flour tortillas, they are so high in sodium. Let's see. Okay, Bernie has to go. Yeah, bye, Bernie. I hope you have a good day. And tell all your people I said hi. And Kay says cabbage casserole sounds yummy. And actually, I did share that recipe for the cabbage casserole on one of my recent videos. I think it was I did it last week. If you're interested in that recipe. And let's see. Trisha was letting Deanna know if she looks on Ravelry and does a search that she can get some good ideas. And yeah, you could probably do, because I know there's different ways to search, where if you put like the type of yarn, that might also help. And Crystal saying maybe a scarf or a rectangle shawl, Deanna. And Deanna says her husband does the best barbecue tri-tip. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay. Now, my next question for y'all is, what was your most embarrassing moment that you feel comfortable sharing? I don't want anyone to feel like they have to share something that they really find was embarrassing and they're not comfortable talking about. But mine that I'm going to share with y'all was very embarrassing. So this was long before Frank entered the picture, where I was going on a first date with an ex-boyfriend. And like at first we started off the date, and then we ended up going to a mutual friend's house. And the mutual friend is actually how we ended up meeting to begin with. So we went to her house, and it was Mardi Gras time. So the traffic is horrible with Mardi Gras. And it was late at night. And like with Mardi Gras, you get a lot of people that drink and drive on the road. So we all felt like it was best if we all just stayed at the mutual friend's house. So my friend gave me something more comfortable so I could sleep in. And it was a pair of her boyfriend's scrub pants. And they had the drawstring. And it was tied up, and I was trying to unknot it, and I couldn't get the knots out. So I'm thinking that, like, I have wide hips, so I thought, my hips should hold them up. Well, later on, I get up to go to the bathroom, and guess what? My pants fell down in front of everybody. I was absolutely embarrassed. Okay, let's see. Deanna says she didn't know that you can type in urine types. Good to know. Yeah, there's a lot of different options that you can do when it comes to the search in Ravelry. Because like a lot of times, like hats, usually, I'll look if I'm looking for crochet or knitted, I select that. And then like if you want only free patterns, you can select free. And like usually like I tend to look for adult hats mostly. So I'll click the adult section, and that's usually how I search for hats. And it all kind of depends on what I'm actually searching on. And Crystal says, we had a cabinet over the toilet and I needed to reach the top shelf. And I thought I put the lid down and stepped into the toilet. Oh no, my foot and shoe got soaked. Oh. And she said her mom laughed so hard and she was like 15 when it happened. Deanna says when she first met her husband's family, we had dinner, talked a lot, then the brothers and sisters wanted to play Monopoly. Well, I sneezed and farted at the same time. Oh. And the sad thing is that, it's like, stuff like that, it happens to everybody. Deanna says, talk about embarrassing. But yeah, we all have our embarrassing moments. Oh, one thing I want to mention again, if anyone is a content creator and you want your link dropped for your channel, just let Chris put CC in the comments and Crystal will drop your link for you. Let's see. Crystal says, yes, it can be embarrassing, but it does happen. Exactly. And it's like, you just gotta move on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. And any question I ask, you can still answer it even after I move on to the next question. But I just want to kind of keep the conversation going. So, if you could live anywhere in the world for a year or whatever period of time that you want it to be, it doesn't have to be a year, where would it be and why? Well, I would go with something tropical. Like I've always wanted to go to Jamaica, so that would probably be a place that I would want to go. Like the Bahamas, uh, Cozumel. Those would be the type of places that I would want to go. And like I know, like whenever I was stationed in Diego Garcia, that it was really tropical there, and I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And looking back, it's like I wish that I would have taken more advantage of things that they had to offer there than what I did. But I did go deep sea fishing. I did go snorkeling while I was there, which snorkeling was harder for me to learn because I'm not the best swimmer. And like I could never go down deep. I always kind of had to keep myself just barely under the water. But but snorkeling was fun and like all the beautiful fish and coral you would see, and like you would see all the shells along the beach, and I mean it was beautiful out there. Let's see. Trisha says Australia and New Zealand. I will get there eventually. Yeah, I would love to see the animals like in Australia, like the kangaroos. Like, I love animals. So, and Deanna says Bahamas or Jamaica or Hawaii. Oh yeah, Hawaii is another spot. And that was one place that I wish that I could have gotten stationed when I was in the military. Kay said, did I say visit or live or live? I did say live, but I mean, if you want to say where you would like to visit, that's fine too. I'm not that picky. Crystal says she would love to go to England, Scotland, and France. Ooh, and like with France, I always like how you see like the little boats that go by. I think that would be fun to experience that. Deanna says anywhere near warm water. I love the water. And like another thing, I forgot to mention this. Whenever I was in Diego Garcia, I did try to learn how to sail, but I was horrible at it. I capsized. I started capsizing the boat like quite a few times. I didn't actually completely flip it, but I was very, very close. And I just could not get it down. Crystal says also Italy. Kay says there's a lot of places she wants to visit. Not sure if she would want to live elsewhere. Well, when it comes to living there, it doesn't have to be for a long period. The question actually says for 1 year, but some people might want to live there longer or shorter. Or let's see. The next question that I have for y'all is, what's the most memorable toy you played with from when you were little? Me, I love my Barbie dolls. I had so many Barbie dolls growing up. And but I never was really into baby dolls. Like my thing was Barbie dolls. Um I'm trying to think of other toys. But that's the main thing I remember playing with. Uh but like I used to have like the different furniture for the Barbies, and I liked all the different clothes that you could get for them. I remember like the Barbie doll McDonald's. I had that. The horses, the Corvette. I remember like the dining room, the refrigerator. And I think I had the canopy bed for the Barbies. Cases Barbie dolls too, and Barbie dolls they really were the best. And Deanna says she's been to the Holy Land, Egypt, Israel, been to Rome, Holland. Oh, you've been to a lot of places. I wish I would have been able to travel more than what I have. Crystal says a stuffed bear her mom gave her when she was about 5, and she still had it until 18 and lost it when she moved. Aw, I'm sorry you lost your bear. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to toys I like to play with. I mean, I know I had stuffed animals. Let's see. And Trisha said that she loved her Barbie doll as well. She only had one. I made clothes for her since my parents would not buy me any of the clothes. That is when I learned to sew. Well, you learned how to sew from an early age. But I remember I had this one Barbie doll, and I called her Wendy, and she was actually my favorite Barbie doll. But I think this is when they started making the heads differently. Because it used to be you could just like take the head off and put it right back on, like it would just snap off. Then they started making them where it was like more plastic than rubber, and they had like the little ball inside. And this doll, her head would always fall off, and like the neck started breaking some. But for some reason, that was one of my favorite Barbie dolls. Hi, Shelly. How are you doing today? Um, what are you currently working on right now, crochet knitting wise? And she says she's gonna be talking about toilets and forts already. Okay, I'm in. It's funny how the conversation somehow ends up coming to that sometimes. And Crystal is asking Deanna if she's seen the pyramids in Egypt. Deanna wants to know what the last question was. I asked what the most memorable toy you played with from when you were little, and the question before that was if you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be and why? And let's see. Deanna says yes, she has the Sphinx also. Crystal says that's awesome that she would love to see the pyramids. Yeah, that would be one. Or like the Grand Canyon. Have any of y'all been to the Grand Canyon? I haven't been there. Now it's beautiful. Now the only thing that would scare me is how there's a lot of rattlesnakes and stuff. I don't do snakes. And Shelly says her favorite childhood toy, Shira, Princess of Power. Yeah, and all the toys that, and then it's like it seems like as years go on, the toys keep getting better what they come up with. Crystal has been to the Grand Canyon. Oh, and it's like, have any of y'all ever been to Las Vegas? I've never been. And Kay says Shira is her favorite. Okay. Just so y'all know, I am at an hour, but I think I'm going to go on for a little longer. So usually I aim for an hour for my lives, but on Saturdays I'm finding that sometimes I go over that amount. Like last week I did 2 hours, but I'll probably go to about an hour and a half today. Okay. Trisha says she's been to Las Vegas as well, but never to the Hoover Dam. Yeah, I've never been to the Hoover Dam. There's a lot of places I have not been to. Trisha says I'm too much fun. Oh, thank you. I try to make things fun for y'all. And Deanna says truly amazing. I can't imagine how the slaves felt after a day's work. I started to go inside the pyramids, but got very scared and sick feeling. Yeah, I bet you it would be scary inside of them. Oh, one thing I want to mention to y'all since new people have come into the chat, or some have left and all that. But anyway, my giveaway video after I finish with the live, I'm gonna put it to uploading. I have it filmed and edited already. So after I finish with this, it'll probably take about 2 or 3 hours for it to upload. But it will be posted today. And I hope y'all really enjoy this giveaway because it's a game one. And oh, and one thing I mentioned this earlier, I think in the video, but in the live. But in case y'all didn't realize, I reached 500 subscribers last night. I am so excited. Which last I checked, it did go back down to $4.99, but with the giveaway going, I'm sure I'll be back to 500 quickly. But yeah, I am so excited, and I really want to thank all of y'all for supporting my channel, watching my videos, and just checking my channel out. And yeah, I really appreciate the yarn community and my viewers. Let's see. Deanna says Grand Canyons in Vegas as a child. And Kay has to go. Her food's here. Bye, Kay. I hope you have a good day. Shelly says the pyramids would be cool, but she doesn't think she'd want to live there. And 500 subbies, go Connie. Yes, and this milestone, it just felt like it took longer for me to get from 400 to 500 subscribers. Like the 100, 200, 300, 400 more, it just seemed like it came so much quicker. And it was just like, when am I going to, finally hit 500? And to me, I feel like it's a big milestone. And it was so, I was just so excited. And I think, well, Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet had given me a shout out a few days ago because I had sent her some happy mail. And it was like all of a sudden I started getting more new subscribers. And I was kind of like, I wonder if someone gave me a shout out. And that's when Crystal told me that Pamela had. And I was like, oh, sweet. Okay, let's see. Froggy says I'm fabulous. Thank you. And let's see. And Crystal says congrats. Okay, now my next question for y'all is, if you could change your first name, what would you change it to? Where I would probably go with like Allison is one I really like. Jerica is another one. That one's, you don't hear of as often. Chelsea, I always liked Chelsea, but I found that for a while there it got too popular. I kind of like names that you don't hear that aren't as common. Let's see. Cassandra is another one that I like. But that's all I'm coming up with off the top of my head. I may think of some more as we go on, but those are some of my favorites. And let's see. Deanna says she would not want to live in Egypt. It was so hot when she was there. Oh yeah, hot weather. I know I don't like the heat, and I'm dreading the summer. Deanna says she likes her name. She wouldn't change it. Trisha likes her name too. And that's one thing. I never really cared for my first name that much. And like whenever whenever I was born and all, my parents really wanted my initials to be TLC. But they couldn't find a name, like Tender Loving Care, but they couldn't find a name that started with a T that they really cared for, like that they either liked, or it was a case where like they knew someone else with that name, so they didn't want to name me that. Now I was also almost named Jennifer, but my grandma's name is Jenny, and she didn't want me named Jennifer. Which I'm kind of glad that they didn't go with that name, because even though I like the name, but growing up, I was friends with a lot of Jennifers, or and like there were, sometimes some would go by Jenny or Jen, but it would have just been confusing with one more Jennifer. And let's see. Crystal says if she had to change it, it would be Damara. Shelly says she changed her name to. Okay, I'm not gonna read that one because it has a curse word, and please don't use curse words in the chat. Okay, I'm trying to clean. I try to keep things as clean as possible. Okay, so Crystal's gonna be right back. Trisha says my next, okay, it must be next door neighbor growing up was Connie, and she was a sweetheart, so it brings back good memories for me. Oh, that's so sweet. And it also kind of reminds me that, well, there was a situation where one of the guys that we go to church with, like he was doing some stuff to help fix up our house with our laundry room and all, and he started talking to somebody that was able to contribute to it, and it was kind of funny because like, well, not really funny, but like someone had passed away and had like a lot of supplies that came in handy with this project, and and um and then the lady like had a cup with the name Connie on it, and it was just like one of those things where, the coincidence, and that's one of my favorite coffee mugs because I mean it has a special meaning for me, because it was just it was so awesome that this person was willing to do something to help a complete stranger like that. Let's see. Deanna has to go. Bye, Deanna. Hope you have a good day. And let's see. What is your biggest fear? And I mentioned earlier snakes. I do not like seeing snakes. No, 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 no. And like I've experienced seeing a snake like a few times, not too many, thankfully. And the first time I ever remember seeing one, where growing up we had this big field, and we would walk through the field like when we were coming back from certain stores, and there was like this little shortcut path. And one day I'm walking, and a snake just starts going right across, and I just like stopped, and luckily the snake just kept going and didn't do anything. And then once it passed, I just continued. But like that was my first experience. Then there was another time I was playing in the back field, and there were some other kids, and I went up to talk to them and all, and they told me to lift up this board, and I I I didn't think anything of it, so I lift up the board, and there were all these snakes underneath it, and it was just like, ugh. But again, luckily nothing bad happened. And like one time at the walking park, where it's like a nature trail type walking park, there was like a snake, like up in one, kind of like on one of the trees, where someone else there saw it and pointed it out, and it was a copperhead, so it was a poisonous snake. Um, and then whenever I tried to do my gardening, which I wasn't very successful, I saw a couple like small garden type snakes, but yeah, snakes is one of my fears. And let's see, where did I leave off? Hi Kim, how are you doing today? Let me know what you're currently working on. Shelly says spiders. And yeah, a lot of people spiders is, and even though I know spiders can be dangerous, but I don't know, for some reason I don't get so freaked out over them. But yeah, but spiders do freak out a lot of people. And let's see. Trisha says trapped in an elevator. The question was, what is your biggest fear? Like something that scares you. And mine is snakes. And yeah, but trapped in an elevator, that's another thing. Yeah, that would scare me. And I know when I used to work in at the hospital, that sometimes the elevator would get trapped, and I always feared it would happen to me, which fortunately it never did. And I know one time some of the other employees that worked on the same floor as me got trapped, and it took hours before they could get them out. And they actually basically had to climb out of it. And the elevator was out of order for quite a few days afterwards. So yeah, I wouldn't want to get trapped in an elevator. And Kim says she's working on a pair of socks with her hand spun yarn. And I'm also currently working on my first pair of knitted socks. And ooh, and you do hand spun yarn. Ooh, yeah, those type of yarns, those are beautiful. Hey Dana, how are you doing today? Are you working on any new projects? And my last question that I asked was, what's your biggest fear? Crystal says that she to have a scorpion on her sting her. Yeah, that would be scary. And let's see. Kim says sharks. Yeah, I agree. And like that was one thing. Like whenever I would go snorkeling in Diego Garcia, I was always scared of like experiencing a shark. Like they would say, don't wear anything shiny. It's like that's something that can trigger sharks. And Crystal says she doesn't like sharks either. Trisha agrees with Crystal about the scorpions. She saw enough of them in Arizona. Yeah, certainly. Or like, and you remember back in the day, like when they had the show Fear Factor, and like some of these people would have like bugs on them, snakes on them, and it was just like, I could never do that. There's no way. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. What is your favorite dessert? And I love sweets. I wish I didn't because that's one of my biggest weaknesses. I love ice cream, cheesecake. I like pies, like especially if they have some form of chocolate in them, like turtle pie, Snickers pie. I like when candy bars are in pies. Butterfingers or peanut butter pie. So that would be like my favorite desserts. And let's see. Crystal says, here in Texas, we don't have the deadly ones, the ones that will make you sick as a dog, light brown ones. And Dana is uploading a new earring pattern. Ooh, nice. Yeah, my giveaway after I'm done with my live, Dana, I'm going to put my giveaway to uploading. So it'll probably be up about 2 or 3 hours after I'm done with this live. Which I hope y'all enjoy it. Just like I was saying earlier, it's a game style one. And I don't think I've seen anyone do this for a giveaway. But I figured change it up some. And Trisha likes coconut cream pie. Crystal likes ice cream. Yeah, ice cream is one of my biggest weakness. And like recently, we had gotten some of the Bluebell Mardi Gras ice cream, and that's really good. I always like when the Mardi Gras flavored stuff comes out, like the Mardi Gras flavored coffee. Let's see. So I'm going to stay live about 11 more minutes, and then I'll close everything out. So is everyone having a good day today? Any exciting plans for the weekend? Like I don't really have much planned. I'll probably do, my excitement will be crocheting and probably watching Lifetime movies. Um, and I might also watch some Rookie Blues because it's a show I had watched some, but I never really got to watch a lot of the episodes, and I could never find it on any apps for free. And finally, Roku is offering it for free. Everyone seems to be quiet. I'm going to go ahead and move on to another question for y'all. Um, do you like roller coasters? Me, I'm really not a big fan of roller coasters. I get scared easily. I remember one time at Disney. I remember was I think Space Mountain. It's called the one that's like total black whenever you go through it, and I just did not like not knowing what was coming. And then I've gone to a few fairs where I've rode a few rides, and I'm not even riding usually that scary of rides, and like the one with the ship that goes up and back. And well, Frank finally got me to relax on that one. The time that me and him went on that one together, but it's just like I don't like that feeling of falling, and and then but I don't do a lot of roller coaster rides. I'm sorry, I got a cough. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Crystal says she's pretty good and no plans, just crocheting and watching TV. Gonna draw a winner for her pattern giveaway tomorrow. And she loves roller coasters, but not scared of heights. See, I get scared of being too high. I'm sorry. And if I was doing a regular video, I would just edit that out. I don't like coughing in front of people like that. But it's like my allergies have been acting up more. And then, like how I've told y'all, I have diastolic dysfunction, which could trigger me coughing too. And let's see. Trisha says, no, I have a problem with motion sickness. I used to like them as a kid. And Crystal says the ship was scary the first time for her. Yeah. Oh, and then that one that just like spins you like crazy. Like you're sitting in like a chair. I didn't like that one either. And then I know like one time me and Frank went to a water park, and like some of the slides and stuff I like, but like this one, and looking at it, I thought I would be okay. And I go to get up the ladder, and I'm at the top, and I look down, and it was so steep, and I was like, I can't do this. And of course, people are like, make up your mind, because I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it or not. And I chickened out, and I climbed back down. And Crystal says it's all the flowers behind me. Yeah, but they're not real. That's just a picture. That's my green screen. But I do like we've been getting a lot of rainy weather, so my allergies and stuff are acting up more. And Crystal says here too, pollen is really bad. That pollen will get you. Did y'all just hear Frank snore in the background? He's napping right now. And I got another question for you, y'all, and this will probably be the last question I asked today. Do you believe in time travel? And if you and say like you do, or if time travel would be a real thing, where would you where in time would you like to go, like in the past or the future? And where with me, overall, I typically don't believe in time travel, but like I also don't fully really understand it. But within the last year, like how I mentioned to y'all how I like to watch Kendall Ray videos on YouTube. Well, she did this video to do with time travel and was talking about this guy named John Teeter or Titer, and he claimed to be a time traveler. And a lot of the stuff to do with him, it's really interesting and fascinating. And like in some aspects, he was debunked, but most of that was because his timetable was off. But with the theories to do with time travel, from what I understand, like if you try to go back in time, you're never gonna like get exactly. So things will shift some. So there's a possibility that the timeline shifted. And but like there were things that he knew, like something to do with like an old computer, a function it had on it that no one seemed to know about. But he knew about it. And sure enough, when they looked into it, they discovered he knew what he was talking about. And I think like he said something about like one of the space adventures, he kind of talked about what would happen, about something, and it ended up coming to be. And just a lot of stuff like that. And even certain things that are currently happening in the world, he talked about it. And I mean, it's just one of those things where it really does make you wonder on some level. And let's see. Trisha says the pollen is horrible here in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's all over the cores. Yep, same here in Louisiana. Crystal says the pollen's bad there too. Trisha loves my green screen. Yeah, I like changing up my background. Like every time I go live, I usually use a different one. But I find they work better with going live than doing a regular video. Because like I've had objects I go to show and then like the color isn't right. So I don't find it they work good with my regular videos. And let's see. Crystal says it's possible. I mean, I do think like that it could be possible, especially after what I heard about John Teeter or Titer. But I don't know. It's kind of a hard concept to get your mind around. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I really would feel about like going into the future or going back into the past because I kind of feel like in a lot of aspects, what happens is meant to happen. And Crystal says, and I guess I would go to the future if it was real. Now that would probably be kind of fascinating going into the future. But like the past, unless like you want to see like a time like before you were living to see how it was back in the day, maybe, but I don't know. But overall I just feel like things happen for a reason. Like if you wanted to go back to try to change something. But okay. That looks like I'm all caught up with the comments. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live. And I want to thank everybody for, you know, joining in today. And I hope y'all enjoyed everything. And I hope everyone has an awesome day and has fun with their yarn today so they can have a fabulous yarny day. Be the light. Oh, hold up a minute. I just got a comment. I would not want to go to the past and make a mistake and eliminate me from existence. You do have a good point with that. But anyway, I hope everyone has a fabulous yarny day. Be the light and bye.